Ifeemi Andrew. To join the conversation this morning, all you have to do is pick up your phone and call us up on 0817 923 0002. 0817 You can also call 0817 923 0007. The WhatsApp number is 0809 On the Vanguard newspaper, no glitches, no excuses. PDP warns INEC on 2027. I think that's the least of the problem. The major problem is the Electoral Act. It needs serious amendments. There are things we need to add and things we need to remove. Otherwise, these people will still find loopholes in the system and use it. It's just what it is. It is what it is. In fact, we're in a country where even when political parties apply to get results sheets from INEC would not give them. We got many of the reports now. If you look at the conclusion of the last election, when the Labour Party went to court, one of the major complaints they had was they have been trying to get this document from INEC and you'll be giving one excuse or the other. There are a lot of things that are in place. You can also make the argument that it's not because we don't have laws. It's just that maybe we don't have people with character good enough to implement these laws. Well, let's wait and see. The PDP warning. We'll see how it turns out. Bandits abduct 40 in Zamfara mosque as peace deal collapses. I'm trying to understand what kind of peace deal they wanted to. El Rufai was making some allegations and people said he was saying nonsense about how he was talking about how I think it was the government of Kaduna State are paying these bandits and terrorists. And I remember swiftly how the media aid to the government came and refuted the claim. And said, "Oh, you two, when you were governor." Bandits abduct 40 in Zamfara mosque as peace deal collapses. In fact, he said it's a national directive. That was how he framed it, something in that form. But go to the Vanguard and find details of what the peace deal was about. 2009 agreement, SANU NASU to shut down varsities, September 22. You know the interesting thing about this shutting down? This is how resident doctors came. We are going. You know, it wasn't even up to 2 days. The government have said they will do. The point is, I think some of these unions don't even learn. They don't understand the character of the individuals that are in government and how they function. At the end of the day, you now lose the trust or the respect that the people have for your union. And once that happens, that's it. The government now has the upper hand in every other area. Because if you then come back again and tell the people that you want to go on a protest, imagine the kind of reception you are going to get. I think except for ASU now, where the people have really understood that, okay, it is government that's just not doing what it ought to do. When the government eventually had to go through the courts and try to force lecturers back to the classrooms, and the agreements are still not looked at, nothing was still done, because ASU took it to the end, and now people have seen that, okay. 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0002. Now go to the phone line. Susie Nerema, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yep.
Yeah, a court struck out a particular case, trying to talk about the issue concerning whether the president had the right or whatsoever, appointment of respects and all of that put together. Now, let me also say that it is a good thing for one to actually vent his anger or grievance or discontentment on the issues of governance or government, whether it is in democratically elected governance or whatsoever. Then it is also the responsibility of the court to so do by giving an interpretation of law. The jurisprudence, according to the realist, has also talked about the issue of the fact that the law is actually that which court has said, beyond even having a statute or abstract explanation of the law. the court will actually, through the judges that you see that is concrete, interpret what it is. So to this extent, I think the court have done justice to this effect. And then even if anybody wants to disagree, you have to go to another higher court, which is the appeal court. And then for those who are disagreeing with the sole administrator on the issues of peace that have come to Rivers State, I think it is they are on their own. And then you can also say that because it's related to you. The definition of what peace is could also be interpreted in different dimensions. But this is the man who has been saddled with the responsibility, and he has done enough to make sure that he's coming into Rivers State. There were troublemakers. There were those posting pictures, those carrying guns and all of that, staying in the bush and all of that. But he came in here, all of them ran away. So how can you say that he has not brought peace? If you're using the background of the fact that he removed certain structures, democratically structures and all of that, making appointments, it is part of administration. He has done what he's supposed to do. So today peace has returned. Is the governor not coming back? Has the man not been appointed to do one or two things? As at the time he's saddled with the responsibility.
All right, Susie, thank you. Leighton Barry from Bori, good morning.
Good morning, Ijemi Andrew. Yes, let me look at the High Court dismissed suit against President Tinubu and RISEC over the LGA election. I think I made my statement very clear here last time that this suit filed against the local government election is dead on arrival. You know, that is the problem I have with some of our so-called leaders and Rivers people, because they don't learn from previous mistakes. You know, when the RISEC made the position known, why they decide to stay on that decision made by the previous chairman of RISEC, and that they take the position that they cannot go and set another date again. It was very clear. But you see that people did not even read from that angle. They went ahead. They said they are taking their own decision. And how far has it taken them now? I think we need to learn from some of these things. The way we go on putting litigation here and there. Then secondly, Sole Administrator said they will hold a state lecture as regard to the transition, which is the coming in of suspended government. I think that is a very nice one.
All right.
I think that lecture too should be able to enlighten and brand the knowledge of our people that fight unnecessary tussle does not contribute anything. We are complaining that a stranger come to our land. What led to that? We have not learned why this thing happened. It was as a result of our mistake. I want to urge Governor Steve Bobra, now that he has been given an opportunity, he should serve his people and not allow people to instigate or trigger or put information that will make him take a wrong decision. I think.
All right, Cookie Gam from Molumeni, let's hear you now. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Yeah.
Andrew, we criticize the peace that Dr. Klein has made in Rivers State. Andrew, early this year in the March, there wasn't any crash in Rivers State. We'll go around everywhere. What they have that is a problem of political problem. You cannot use that one to say that no peace. Rivers State was peaceful. In Nigeria, Rivers State was one of the best peaceful states in Nigeria. Go to Cross River State, you will not have peace in Cross River State. The more problem in Cross River State is not like in Rivers State. In Cross River State, you have seen problem everywhere. But Rivers State here, there's 5 states before that minister came. Why is that they have made peace? Which peace has he made? If he has made peace, he came there in March. Has he called any meeting of anybody? Say, let us how to discuss how to restore the government. He has not called one. Now that he's going, that is why he's preaching that he has made peace from anywhere. Adule, the government has failed. The administration has failed in everywhere. They cannot find one person to build by this administrator for 6 months. They cannot find one school built for this administrator, which road commissioned by him, nothing. We allege that the government left 200 billion before he left office. Where is the money? Federal allocation, internal allocation, where is the money? This man has wasted our money for this past 6 months, Andrew. River State is bleeding, crying on daily basis. No work everywhere. No, what this person has done is to put CCTV for how many billion naira. In which area, Andrew? So I want to call our leaders to River State. Let us sit up because this happened to River State. Let it happen again because River State we are crying. Administrator, you have to please quietly go back to your state. Allow us to live. ASU strike is living in Nigeria. Andrew,
all right.
Travel said he's coming back today. President is coming back today. What is he doing? Every day, travel on the road. And Nigeria is hunger everywhere. President is traveling on daily basis to anywhere again. Look at ASU strikes. It's got to look at everywhere strike. This government of Tinubu has failed us. We APC member voted for Tinubu to come and rule us, but he has failed me as APC member. That gave his money to rule us. He has failed us.
All right, thank you very much, Kukigam. Chima from Rumokuta, good morning.
Mr. Andrew, good morning.
All right, good morning.
Mr. Andrew, it will be very frivolous for me for PDP to begin to condemn what they have been the beneficiary. And these are the things that used to make our foreign nations to begin to say the major parties in our state are terrorist group. When an institution like PDP and some well-meaning people begin to say bad about the nation and the political party, for them to begin to condemn INEC. Now, let them not forget, talking about glitch, which is have to do with electronics. We still have what we do in Nigeria is, what they calling it? We don't do electronic voting in Nigeria. Our constitution doesn't allow for that. So when you talk about those electronic whatever, it is invalid in Nigeria here. Then the court that is dismissing the suit, that is, we have resentimented this thing for a very long time. And I thank God that the court gave one of the reasons why it dismissed it. The court has jurisdiction to handle emergency matter, which actually means that the court actually recognize what they call emergency in the nation and in the constitution. That thing is only established on Supreme Court. So when people are talking, they should be able to understand. Not when you want to meet a lawyer that wants to take your money, you begin to speak so emphatically and tell you one thing or the other. But right now, people should begin to understand that. Then for the president to return, yes, then come and return to see whether he can escape the suspended governor. And those are trying to just support between peace and trouble. I don't know what they are looking for. If you mean that you understand with me that those are supporting the governor are the ones that don't want peace in this nation. I thought you have been going to the street to see how the people are talking about this return of the governor.
All right, Chima, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because of the time, let's quickly go to Lugard. Your point has been made. Lugard in Echie, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, greetings for Echie to you.
Okay.
Andrew, first of all, let's start from Abubakar to Mr. President. Andrew, do you know that Lugard man, as I'm talking to you now, not easy for 2 days now. And so many persons are complaining because of the hardship that this government brought to us. Look at man, you have heard his speech.
Look at man, you have done anything for 2 days, but you have money to buy airtime.
My brother, you can see it now.
I'm not seeing it though. I'm asking.
I want to say that what Atiku have said is exactly what is happening. On the issue of Opunabo and Kotaria, advising the state assembly to please work in safety with the governor. Andrew, I am also saying the state assembly to please work in safety with the governor. Andrew, I am also saying that state assembly should work with the governor, not to listen to facts that also did not happen. That what will not allow is impeachment of the governor. You know, they tried it and it couldn't work. That was why FCC minister ran to Mr. President and begged him to declare an emergency in the state because they tried to impeach the governor.
All right, Lugard, thank you. But that was not the reason that was given by the president, however, for the declaration of a state of emergency. So let's also get that right. So that's your own, that's what you think in a meeting that you did not attend. Walter from Rukboku, good morning.
Good morning, my good brother, Andrew. Our governor coming back on the 18th, as we had, and that might be why the president is coming back today. Well, let us put our hands crossed and wait till that 18th. You see, I will advise my good people of Rivers State. I think we have learned lessons. Let us cool down. Let us see our governor reinstated back. And then we will start to advise. And then him will figure out what advices people will give to him. You see, it is not, making problems, talking this and that. We should cool down. You see, this man, the sole administrator, was sent
was sent for an errand. And maybe he has accomplished what he was sent for. You see, you don't kill the man. Allow him. They sent him. He has done the job.
All right, Walter, thank you.
Let him go. Let him go. Let us continue for our state.
All right, quickly, Augustine from Peter Audley, before we wrap up.
Good morning.
Good morning, Augustine. Quickly, please.
Yeah, let me quickly comment on the judgment that came yesterday. It's a good one. This is the first time in history seeing people challenging peace. This is the first time seeing people challenging peace. That somebody was trying to restore peace, where a state like River State has a constitutional crisis that almost rocked to the state. The man has come here to put his best to install a local government. I am not Supreme Court, that declare the illegal election conducted by the former RSEC, that declare it illegal. Today we have gotten a constitutional elected body to handle the affairs of the local government. Here people don't welcome peace. People don't welcome peace. People never agitate.
All right, Augustine, point made. Unfortunately, we have to go. We don't have a lot of time. This message says, Ida from Ikora, I want to plead that they should let the governor rule freely. No one should suffocate him. They should allow him to do his appointments. Commissioners, special advisors, assembly members, and all. I'm pleading they should all work with the governor. And then this one from Mene Bennett, judgment of the Rivers State High Court violating the legality method on Rivers State is the judgment of intimidation rather than judgment according to law. It is laughable that only Supreme Court can interpret Constitution of Nigeria. All right, good morning. Let's go for a short commercial now.